We are all born unique. We have our differences and similarities. We are given different capabilities and skills, men and women. We are all equal. But going back to our long history, humanity was dominated by patriarchy. From the Greeks to the Romans to Alexander the Great to the greatest inventors in history to the presidents that ever lived, and the list goes on. Where are the women? Of course, they are given roles different from men. Men go to combat, get bloody in the battlefield, but women stay at home, waiting for their husbands and family members to come back. Laborers are entrusted to men. Women are not recommended to do labor. Education. The earliest privilege belongs to men. Political power. Also for men, as they have this stereotype that men are more rational and logical than women, that women are not capable of making the best decisions for their willpower and guts are weaker compared to men. The right of suffrage. Women's voices do not matter. Irrelevant. But as the century changed, so was the beliefs and practices of the people. There have been innovations, and the movement about women's rights has developed. The women struggled to let their voices be heard and prove that they mattered. Slowly, women empowerment has been acknowledged. Yes, not fully recognized, but progress is very promising. Then another community emerged, LGBTQIA+, a community of colorful people just like a rainbow. A group of different individuals. Most are outcasts to the standard of black and white society. But they make statements too. They need not just acceptance, but fair treatment and opportunities. Today, everyone is still screaming for equality. And we can all agree that equality is not something that can be achieved so easily. There are still a lot of people who discriminate and stereotype just because some of us do not fall to their criteria of what is right or wrong, what is ethical or not, etc. Up until now, we witnessed, learned from news, or even experienced what we called gender based violence. Yes, it exists. In the world of the labor industry, there are several gender issues that occurred. Some of it are traumatic, motivational, and disappointing. We interviewed some workers to know their opinions and experiences regarding gender and gender-based violence in their workplace. To protect the identity of the interviewees, we have asked for their alias instead of the real name.
Hi, Miss Lloyd. It's a pleasure to have you in this interview. So, how are you?
Yeah, right now I'm doing great. It's my father's birthday today.
Oh, so I'm happy birthday to your father. So, tonight I'll be conducting an interview for my course, Gender and Society. So, this is about gender discrimination in the workplace. So, are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so can you tell me something about your background? I've known you personally, but this is an interview, so you have to share um, more about your background.
Yeah, so I'm 22 years old and I started my transition where when I was 21. It was year 2021. It was August 28th, 2021 to be specific. And now I'm 1 year and 4 months in transition, and so far I'm loving the results. And I wish I could have started early than 2021.
Well, I'm proud of you for your transitioning,
Thank
and
you.
for that. Next question. So where do you actually go? I mean, where's your workplace?
Yeah, um, I work at Concentrics. That's in Alabang, and my schedule as of now is 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Okay. So how long have you been in your job?
Yeah, I think it's for about a month now.
For about a month. Okay. So
Yeah, I'm new.
I'd like to ask if what is your insight about gender discrimination and sexual harassment in workplace?
I mean, yeah, we always hear about this issue, that gender discrimination and sexual harassment. We have not solved these issues yet, and still we're hearing about the new issues that are coming up. I think we really need to work on being, accepting um, for, for who people are and being themselves, because there's nothing wrong if we're just going to accept them rather than saying a lot of things that is not, not nice and end up offending people.
Okay. So can you tell me something about your personal experience regarding this issue?
Yeah, it it is recent, and um, I was just told about this by his friend. Actually, that person I'm referring to, can I just hide him in the name of Carl?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and her friend Maria. Just gonna hide them with that name. Yeah. So I met Carl, but we're not close. We're not having intimate conversations. Just casual. Like, um, where's the shuttle already? Does it still have space inside? Stuff like that. And then, um, his friend Maria told me that Carl is dating me, and there happened between us. I wasn't aware of that. Carl is just spreading that rumor to his friends, and then Maria is very, kind, and then she told me about that. Like, yeah, Carl is spreading rumors about you, that something happened between you and him. And then um the next day, when they're at inside the building, Carl brought a bra and a panties, saying that it was mine and I left that, which is not
For
true
real?
because I haven't. Yeah, it was real. Not also that, he also have condom and lubricant at that time, saying that something happened to us. I left my panty, my bra, and I just known that earlier, as Maria told me that, and it's not okay for me. So on Monday, we're gonna file a case against him to the HR department, because that's not right and it should be corrected, and it will never be okay for me and for anyone else.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. It must have been very traumatizing for your part. These little acts actually have these have leave impacts in our minds, especially those who are the weak. So that's why it is really important for an individual, especially those who are part of our community, to speak up for their minds. So thank you for sharing that experience. I know it's really hard for you.
Yeah, you're
And
welcome, Francis.
okay, so I have this last question. How did all these experiences have an impact in your life?
Honestly, yeah, it is traumatizing, and it's affecting me as a person, but I have this character and I have this mindset that I won't be affected by anything that they say, because I know that people will say something about me, and there's nothing I can do about it, because they're having that stigma in their mind that being part of LGBT is something like this, something like that. It never runs out, right? So yeah, what I'm doing is I'm just ignoring that, even though it's hurtful, it might be traumatizing, yeah, but I still, live live my life and continue, because they can stop me from living.
Thank you for sharing. So do you have any last words or advice for those who are afraid to speak up and to fight for themselves in regards with
Yeah,
these issues?
yeah, it's never been wrong to speak up because no one knows that this will haunt you and give you some problems. And if you're afraid of telling that out, I suggest you to tell that to your closest friend so that there will be no judgment for you. And since you're close to that person, you will receive support from him, and then make you feel confident and make you feel brave about speaking up. And yeah, you can get through it.
So thank you for sharing your insights, and I hope that you are I hope that you know that I'm really proud of what you have become right now. So I've witnessed your struggles when we were still on senior high school, and even though we're not having any connections right now, I can see that you're happy, and I hope also that you get what you deserve in life. So thank you so much, Kylie, for this interview, and thank you for sparing your time with me.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So good evening, Sir Carl.
Good evening, Mr. Flores. Thank
So
you
it's
for
been a
having me.
while. So tonight, this I will be conducting about a survey for our gender and society. So
Mhm.
um, my first question is, can you tell us something about your background?
Okay, I'm Carl. I'm 24 years old, a office worker here at my place in a private company. 1 year pa lang ako and ano pa ba? Yeah, I graduate BS Marketing in Tacloban City. So yeah, I guess that's it.
Also, since I have known you, and since high school, since I was in high school, so
Yeah, thank you for having me, Mr. Flores.
it's an honor, sir. So, how long have you been in your work?
It's been a year pa lang.
Also,
Uh,
you're a fresh graduate, right?
yeah,
So it
so
must
far
have been
so
really
good.
stressful for you. And of course, it's mixed emotion, exciting and
Yeah,
stressful, right? Mm.
since wala pa akong experience masyado, so very
So this
new
is your
siya sa
first work.
akin.
This
Yeah,
is your first work. Okay,
yeah, so far so good naman siya.
okay. So, um, what can you say about gender discrimination or sexual harassment? So, in also stereotyping in work. So,
Oh, gender discrimination. Actually, gender discrimination is very um, prone to different um, works naman talaga. Di naman talaga yan maiiwasan, especially now kasi mas rumarami yung populasyon na mga LGBTQ.
yes po.
Tapos, nagiging discrimination nito sa work, especially sa work ha. Kasi maraming mga LGBTQ na hindi nabibigyan ng opportunity kahit alam naman natin na LGBTQ members are much capable of doing different things because they are, they can do multitask. I mean, they can do different things. They can do manly things, they can do feminine things. But here in our society, my gosh, there's discrimination kasi parang hindi nila, uh, they don't give trust to these people kasi they feel uncomfortable being with them in the workplace. So they prefer mga straight people, especially me ha. Um, sa work kasi namin, I observe na maraming mga straight people yung parang pina-prioritize nila sa mga higher positions. Pero meron naman din mga LGBTQ members na nasa work namin, even me, pero hindi siya equal sa mga ah, equal yung opportunity na nakukuha namin sa mga straight people, like straight people. So
So it
very
does happen, sorry. So it does happen po in your, ano talaga, in your workplace din po. So,
yeah. Tapos
discrimination, everything.
sa sexual harassment naman, hindi naman siya gaano as in malaki like yung mga panghihipo like that, pero mga name calling, catcalling, I
Yeah, because
guess,
that's a part of sexual harassment po.
yeah, name calling, especially sa mga LGBTQ members kasi 'di ba, yung iba they prefer calling them bakla,
Even
other,
if they are not close, right? They're not
yeah,
related. Yes.
sometimes na hindi na lang pinapatulan ng mga LGBTQ members
Sa office niyo po.
na, yeah, sa office kasi
Okay.
they are just being professional na lang. Kumbaga, they just let aside na tawagin silang ganon. Pero hindi naman siya nangyayari when kung nasa work kami. Like it happens mostly kasi may nakita ko, friend ko, tinawag talaga siya na
Bakla.
instead of calling his name, tinawag siya na bakla, ganito, ganito.
But they are not close.
They're not even close. Ah, sa amin kasi yung tawag sa bakla is bayot or yot, parang ganun. So parang
Ayot.
not they're not being professional at all. So I guess kahit naman kasi sa cafeteria kasi namin yun. Tapos may tinanong lang yung lalaki, and I guess hindi siya hindi siya hindi siya part of the work. Yung tipong kasi nakita ko kasi yung reaction ng
Friend mo.
friend ko, and it wasn't
Ay,
like
ano siya? Friend, so excuse me lang po. Friend niyo po siya or workmate? Workmate. Ano
ah
po? At the same time,
he was my friend, and also he's my
workmate.
workmate, yeah.
Okay, sorry po.
So
Just to clarify lang naman po.
okay lang. So yun, parang nakita ko kasi sa kanya na hindi maganda yung reaction niya sa tanong ng guy.
So he was offended, something like
Yeah,
that.
I guess like that. So siguro mga ganon.
Okay.
Siguro may tinanong yung guy na about, something na bastos sa friend ko. So I guess siguro yun lang yung catcalling naman, hindi ko pa naman na observe or na experience yon sa trabaho namin kasi yung yung company kasi namin very busy lahat, so parang konti lang yung interaction namin sa mga friends namin or sa mga workmates namin. Siguro mga pagkatapos lang ng work, pagka-uwian na yun.
So,
Yung
pero during break time, sir, yung mga kaganapan, hindi naman may iwasan yung mga scenario na may ganyan, di ba?
yeah,
May mga,
yun
may mga
yung
instances po. Na
yeah,
ganun.
yung time nga na nakita ko na kinausap yung friend ko, that was a lunch break. Ayun.
Lunch break.
Yeah.
So, okay. Thank you so much, sir. For the next question,
Okay.
um, how did it happen? Paano nangyari yun? Still the same. It's connected with the other previous question, but this is based on your personal experience.
Experience.
How did these homophobic people happen? I mean, how this homophobic situation
Okay.
happen?
In my case naman, in my own experience, siguro yung manager kasi namin, hindi sabihin na ewan ko kung homophobic siya, pero parang hindi kasi pantay yung
Treatment.
trato, yeah, yung treatment niya sa mga employees niya. Sa mga employees kasi parang hindi, I mean, mas comfortable siya talking to these straight people kaysa sa amin. Like, we never had the chance to have a conversation with him. And parang,
Personally, ganun.
yeah, oh. Tapos, napapansin din namin, mas yung mga works, I mean, yung mga paperworks, kadalasan, mas binibigay niya sa mga straight na mga office workers namin. Hindi pa niya nga na nabigay or na
Pagkatiwala sa inyo.
oo, para sa akin, hindi pa. So siguro parang may bias din sa kanya. Pero I don't know if he is a homophobic, pero
Also, he's a man.
yes, he is a straight man, and I guess I don't know. Pero 'di ba, kung manager ka, at least alam maki-interact ka din sa mga
Yes, you need to
lahat
get to
ng
know
work,
more
oo, lahat
your employees.
ng mga employees. Tapos kami ng mga LGBTQ, parang less na experience namin sa kanila.
Oh.
Siguro yun lang yun. I don't, mga
But
homo.
you feel that you are being discriminated, something like that.
Yeah, kasi hindi pantay-pantay. Like, hindi namin maipakita talaga yung potential namin sa work kung hindi naman nila ipagkakatiwala sa amin, 'di ba, yung mga paperworks or mga task na gagawin, 'di ba? Like, paano kami mapropromote or paano gano'n? Paano kami mag-excel sa work kung no one trusts us? Like, gano'n.
So a lot of people from our community also experience that, but we
Yeah.
just have to keep on fighting, you know. Okay,
Mhm.
thank you so much, sir, for the last question for
Oh,
this
last
interview
was
is yes.
okay.
How does it impact your life?
What do you
I mean,
mean?
how did this whole things it had an impact into your life?
Actually, this is a big impact to me. Not only for me, pero sa lahat ng mga LGBTQ members na nakakaranas din ng discrimination, especially at work. Kasi lahat naman siguro, hindi ibig sabihin na we're not straight, we cannot perform well at work kasi may capabilities din, may mga potential din ng mga LGBTQ, especially they can do manly things and feminine things. So at least they should trust them because mas mas I guess mas marami silang kayang gawin kaysa sa straight people. Kasi syempre yung mga, for example guys, mga lalaki.
Oh, yung mga lalaki, they can do pageants, right? Without
Or yeah. Like for
Oo.
example, they cannot stand mga pambabae na mga gawain. Like they
Yeah.
prefer to give it to girls if there is a girly thing. Tapos pero sa mga LGBTQ, especially mga gays, they can handle it naman, 'di ba? Tapos this is also a big impact kasi nagiging mas hindi nabibigyan pansin yung mga potential din ng mga gays kasi they prefer man talaga mga straight people. So parang hindi pa rin nawawala yung discrimination talaga sa society natin. So at least kasi kung if they will kung papayagan lang nila or hahayaan nilang mag-stand out yung mga gays, mga lesbian sa work, edi yung discrimination dito sa ating country, mababawasan.
Oh
And
yes, because Philippines is next to China, who has the
yeah,
highest rate of gender discrimination, especially when it comes to the LGBT community, sir. But
Yeah,
it's
true.
I had a survey about that. So yes. So what is your advice for someone who's afraid
Experience. Yeah.
um to fight for his or her right when it comes to the workplace, especially to that
To their
particular
gender.
person who is a part of our community.
Okay. So, ang masasabi ko lang talaga sa lahat, even those not member of LGBTQ,
Yes.
kasi I guess they have to be more confident. Like if they can do something much better. I mean, they can do. I mean, they can perform well. Siyempre, i-share mo yan.
Oo.
Ipakita mo yan sa lahat. Be confident, uh, be positive enough, and
Get out of the
don't,
box.
yeah, don't go out from your comfort zones. Kasi mas prefer nila kasi halos lahat. They prefer just be in a corner and magstay lang sila sa ganun kasi they have this fear, 'di ba?
The fear.
Kaya for me example, I was a shy person. I mean, I'm not that I am an introvert person. Hindi ako masyadong out sa lahat ng mga tao. Pero I realized na I really need to be more confident in me. Kasi walang mangyayari sa akin kung mahihiya ako. So
Yes.
yeah. And in terms naman sa pagiging bakla, if you are a member of LGBTQ, there's nothing wrong being you. It's just the society. So there's no need for you to be afraid of showing who you really are. Kasi it's you. Like, you can do anything na na pwedeng magpabago sa isip ng lahat, na you can change not only the mind of people, but you can also change the world.
Wow.
Parang gano'n.
Yeah. So thank you
That's
so
it.
much for that very heartfelt
Yeah,
advice, sir. So I guess it's really great having this conversation again with you because it's been really a very long time
yeah,
since you're busy with work now and just graduated. And I'm really grateful and thankful for giving me this time to have this interview with you. And
A-
I hope to see you
actually
soon.
actually thank you kasi ako yung nag-set ng interview na 'to kasi I'm so busy talaga.
It's okay, sir. Thank you
Ito
so
lang
much.
ito lang talaga
It's fine.
kaya kong oras.
Yes, it's okay, sir. And thank you so much for giving me this time. And I hope to see you soon after this pandemic, everything. And
Yeah.
thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
Bye
Mr.
po.
Flora.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Hi, Miss Lynn. So it's been a long time.
Hi.
So,
Yeah, it's been a
um,
long time.
so I'll be conducting an interview for my course, Gender and Society. So this is about gender discrimination in the workplace. So are you ready for the first question?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so tell me something about your background.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, my name is Irene. I'm 22 years old now, and um, I'm working in the BPO industry for almost 3 years now, and yeah.
So I remember we were schoolmates before at Perpetual,
Yes.
and you proceeded to have your job. So it's really interesting. So, which company are you working? So if it's okay with you to share with us.
Yes, of course. I'm working in Icon, Philippines. It's actually located in Dasmariñas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been in that work?
Yeah, I've been for almost a year since I graduated in high school. So I decided to work in the BPO industry because that is the only job that um, they can accept like high school graduate or senior high school graduate.
Yes, and I'm so proud of you to for you to reach your goals.
Thank you so much.
You know that. Uh, so I'd like to know if what is your opinion about gender discrimination and sexual harassment in workplace?
Gender discrimination or gender harassment. Well, it's very obvious nowadays because as you know, um, still um, as as uh, as you can see now, even I'm like a girl, but they still discriminating our gender um, just because of they're not fully accepted LGBT people. And for me, about gender harassment, now is for me it is still not a joke. We need to focus on um, what we call this um, like we need to focus on uh, awareness to give awareness for everyone who are experiencing this kind of like yeah, harassment, and it is not
So,
easy.
yes, it is not easy, especially for our community to experience such scenarios in life. So, can you tell me something about your personal experience regarding with this issue? So, have you experienced any from your work, like yes, name calling, mga ganon?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. Actually, kahit hindi pa man din ako nag-work, but yeah, since it's the question is about the workplace. So yeah, I'm still experiencing the catcalling. They making jokes about what I am. It's a very it
Morning.
first it's
I'm
very
just call me
difficult
Sis
na
as my
then
alias name. I
and
am female and
you
I'm
know
declared to be
it's
a woman
we
because I'm
cannot
a
please
female,
everyone to
44 years
understand
old,
our
medical
our
secretary for 20 years.
life, our
So
story.
number one question
It's very
is,
hard
what do you
for
understand by
us
the term
to
gender?
do that. And yeah,
First, when we say gender, it refers to the
that is one of my
characteristics of women,
experience.
men,
And
girls, and
actually, I
boys
don't
that
have
are
any
socially
experience like
constructed.
Thank
words.
you.
Wala pa
These
naman.
include norms, behaviors, and roles associated with being
Ah,
a
hindi, wala
woman,
pa naman like
man,
So,
girl,
words
or
wow,
na,
sorry
boy,
for that.
na
as well
nangyari
as
sa workplace
relationship
ko.
with each
Kasi,
other.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
wala pa namang
Number two,
words
okay.
na
what do you
nangyari sa
understand by
akin.
gender issues? Gender
And,
issues are in different
yeah.
ways like unequal pay, sexual
What
harassment,
actually happens, right?
racism,
Parang pabirong
and
Of
joke,
women
gano'n.
are
course,
no
yeah. Kahit
less
sabihin pa birong joke.
other than men.
Kaya nga, di ba, um,
These are the
tayong
some
mga,
major
like tayong mga
uh,
LGBT
issues about
people,
about
like tayong
gender,
mga,
and this makes some people
like for me,
disappointed.
as a
Number
trans
three,
woman,
what is you can
kailangan
infer
natin maging
by
open-minded.
term gender
Huwag natin
roles?
silang like gayahin na
Gender,
lang. Kasi na, di nga nila
we can infer.
naiintindihan eh.
It means in
So,
our society,
yun.
we're
Tayo
expected
na
to
lang
act,
mag-adjust. So, tayo
expected to
naman palagi
speak,
nag-adjust.
dress, groom, and conduct
Yes, you're
ourselves
right. So,
based our
my
assigned
for my
sex.
last question,
But this is
how does
not
it
fair.
impact your
We
life?
have
I
the
mean,
right to
everything
express
that had
ourselves
happened to your life,
in what
the
gender we
discrimination,
prefer,
just the challenges,
regardless
how
if
did
you
it
are a
have
girl or a
an
boy or
impact
vice
in your
versa.
life?
Freedom to
Of course,
express
it's
ourselves freely. Number four,
very,
in your current
you know,
workplace, are
I
they
learned a
are
lot from
are
that.
they any
And,
cases of gender-based
you know, what I've
violence?
said a while ago,
Have
it's not
you
easy, but
perhaps
once
witnessed or
na-overcome
experienced
mo yung
such
mga ganong
incident?
tao, once na-overcome mo
How
lahat
was
ng
the
mga ganong
experience
problems
affected
sa
you?
life mo,
affected your
it's
work, motivate
it's
in
very
life
easy na
or life in general?
uh, like
So
parang
far, I
papasok sa
don't
kabilang
witness
tenga mo,
any
ilalabas
gender
mo sa kabila. Then,
uh,
dededmahin mo na.
based
Pero, pag
violence
once na,
at
what I
medical center
mentioned a while ago,
Imus.
na kapag once
The
na
management
naka-experience
equally
man ako
treated
ng
boys and
worst
girls and also
na
LGBT group
experience about sa mga
are
ganung bagay,
welcome to work
of
in their
course, I
company.
have to speak and to
Number
do
5.
action.
What will you suggest to
Okay, so
companies in
any
addressing the gender
advice for
division
those who
and
are afraid,
I mean
or
the
for
gender
those who are
divide
experiencing such
and
things in life?
woman
So what can you say to them?
representation?
Yeah,
Okay, I would
what I've
suggest
said,
always promote
you have to do
equality in the workplace
action
on both
and you
gender.
have to speak
They
up.
can do
Kasi,
effectively whatever the position may assign
if
to any
mananatili
person
ka
as
dun sa
long as
comfort
he
zone mo
or
na
she
lagi
has
kang
qualification
nananahimik
to do his
at
or her job
wala
accordingly.
kang ginagawa,
Number 6.
people will continue
How we
and
develop an
hindi lang
encouraging work
ikaw yung
environment
pwede nilang
conducive to both men
gawan
and
ng
women.
ganung mga bagay. Marami pang tao
For
pwedeng
me, we can develop that
maapektuhan
by
sila.
being kind
Okay, so
for
you're
both
actually
men
right.
and
So
women. It's not an
thank you for
expensive way to do
sharing your
it.
experiences,
Just
and
being kind,
it's really
whatever
a
gender, will
pleasure,
lead to good working
pleasure
relationship.
for you to spare your time with this
Okay, number
interview. I know that
7.
you're
What are
very,
your
very
views
busy in
about the
life, and
industry that
I'm really
discourage
proud of what you have become right now.
men
From
or men or
transitioning to into a woman, and
LGBTQIA?
yes, I'm really, really proud of you, sir.
Well, my views for
So
those industry is
thank you
that
so much for
it's their big
sharing
loss.
your time with
They
me,
don't know the
and I hope
talent
to
or
see you
abilities
soon.
of women
Thank you.
and
Thank you so
member of
much. Thank you so
LGBT
much for
that can
inviting
give
me.
contribution to the success of their businesses. Number 8. How will you address the issue of double standard in your work? This double standard will need to be stopped as soon as possible. Because for me, both men and women can perform well if they are open-minded on both capacity of each gender. There must equality among them to have a more harmonious relationship at the working place. Number 9. Does gender affect the character does gender affect the chance of getting a promotion? Why or why not? I think I think this somehow affect the chances of getting a promotion, especially if the boss is biased. Mostly they seem that boys can do well compared to women. But now women are more aggressive when achieving their goal. But sometimes they need to address some changes in our society today. Boys or girls can perform well in each specific task. Number 10. Anong tanong ng number 10? How can you address? Okay. I should be very vocal to have a participation inside the environment to promote equal economic participation, decision making for both gender, equal access to resources, and of course, valuing different behavior by standing on my beliefs. That's all.
So, my full name is Leonard Kevin Gardose. I am I'm a 4-year course college graduate, same school with Elena. I took Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. After after I graduated, I was able to find a job, and currently I am working as a call center agent for almost 3 years already. I handled voice and non-voice accounts. What else?
Gaano ka na katagal sa work mo, kuya?
Yes, I'm almost 3 years working in the BPO industry.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So, my question is, what can you say about gender or discrimination?
Gender discrimination. This is my own way of defining gender discrimination. From the word itself, gender discrimination, it's like if you feel like you are in a situation wherein you feel like it's unfair, being in that situation, because you are being judged based on your gender, based on your preference, then that's what it called a gender discrimination. For example, um, if someone have chosen somebody instead you because you're gay, because you're lesbian, then that I think will fall under gender discrimination. I don't know if I'm defining the right one, but I think that's what it is. I'm not looking at my dictionary. Yeah.
It's okay, Kuya. So, have you experienced discrimination at work? Can you tell us about your experience?
I don't know, to be honest, if I really experienced that, or maybe I just don't know if I'm being discriminated already. But so here's what happened. From
Okay.
my previous company, we have the so-called team leader rotations, wherein every other 2 months, our team leaders are being um, um, placed in a certain team. So I have this new TL.
Mm-hmm.
So we are actually 10 agents in one team. So there are 6 girls and then 4 boys. So 6 girls are straight.
Okay.
3 girls are straight as well. So I'm just the only gay in our team. So whenever I want to apply for a, what they call this one, leave,
Yes.
this TL won't approve it. I don't know what's the reason why. And then he keeps on telling me that because for example, because Anna already took the slot. I apologize. Ay, kasi nauna to eh, kasi ganito, ganun, ganun. He got many reasons to reject my 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 leave approval. And then when I asked my teammate, uh, totoo ba na ikaw talaga nauna? Kailan ka ba nag-apply? Kailan ka ba nag-apply na itong leave? Sabi niya, itong ano lang, hala, mas nauna pa naman ako. So, I don't know. And then, sometimes when we do one-on-one coaching to improve our stats, the way he teach me on how to improve my stats is really different from the others. And then when I ask my teammates, is that really how he handle his or her agent? Sabi niya, hindi naman sa amin, ganun. So, that's what happened.
Ano naging reaction niyo dun na ganun yung pakikitungo niya?
Well, I only have one reaction. I feel like I'm being empowered, or I'm being, discriminated based on my gender. That's what I felt. I felt like because because this is how I anong English ng kilos I really don't deserve this kind of treatment, ganun.
So, paano din naapektuhan nito yung buhay mo? Yung kumbaga, naging impact nito sa performance mo or pagkatao mo?
How does it impact my life? Well, to be honest, no, nothing. Because I know how to handle it. I nalungkot lang ako nung mga ganun na, ay, totoo pala talaga nangyayari yan.
In real life?
In real life. Kasi nababasa ko lang yan, naririnig ko lang sa balita, nakikwento lang ng mga kaklase ko. Pero, alam mo yun, pag sa akin na pala nangyari, wala, grabe pala no, na ang sakit pala sa pakiramdam. Yan, pero walang nagbago parang wala siyang indinulot na pagbabago sa buhay ko dahil lang sa naranasan ko siya. Wala naman. Kiber lang.
Sige kuya, okay na po. Thank you.
Ayun. Sige, B.
Thank you sa
The classic gender roles that have been embedded into society have clearly permeated and held true in the workplace between genders, namely in terms of leadership and authority. Though the female stereotype is evolving and undergoing a dramatic re-evaluation process, it is clear that not yet realize the new roles that the gender roles have. While there are no silver bullet solutions to changing mindsets, the key is a high level of self-awareness supported by an organizational structure and processes that help free people from the limiting power of stereotypes in the workplace.